Good afternoon, and yes, it is another afternoon walk. Shorter one today, and a very specific walk really, because it is going to be exclusively around one of Dorset's wonderful nature reserves. So I have come to Arne, the RSPB nature reserve, and I'm going to walk around deliberately looking to see what wildlife there is really. Unfortunately, when I parked the car, I noticed that the car park is full and the overflow car park's fairly full as well. That may be bad news. I probably should have come first thing in the morning, which would have been much more sensible. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Hopefully we'll see some wildlife and I'll be able to film it for you. So I hope you're going to join me. It's going to be a good walk anyway, whatever happens. It's a lovely day and it's a wonderful nature reserve and such a great place to walk. So hope you're going to join me. Let's crack on and I'll tell you more as we go. So yes, deliberately a shorter walk today. Number of reasons really. One, I mean, I wanted to film at Arne and have done for some time, so I thought today was a good opportunity to come here because there's a lot of wildlife here and it is a beautiful reserve. What am I hoping for? Well, Dartford warbler would be fantastic. White-tailed eagles would be fantastic as well. Don't know if we'll see any of those. We may not see anything, of course, because, as I say, it's quite busy here, I think, today. But we'll see how we go. Anyway, that's one reason. The other reason is, I guess my ankle has been really bad this last few weeks. And I've kind of backed off a little bit from doing too many hard, heavy walks and focused more on doing shorter walks to kind of try and give it a bit of a rest, chance to get the inflammation down maybe, because next week is going to be an amazing week weather-wise by the looks. So I've got quite a few walks planned to walk and film next week. So I need my ankle to be okay for that. And this, the paths here are good. There are no steep inclines, so it should be quite gentle, shall we say, even to the extent I've not actually got my full walking gear on today. I've actually not got my walking pole with me either. Might be foolish, but it's deliberate because when I go out filming like this, I've got two cameras and a walking pole, plus all the other paraphernalia, and of course I have only two hands. So I decided to leave the walking pole in the car. So Arne Nature Reserve, if you don't know it, is not far from Wareham, and it is on the Arne Peninsula that juts out into Poole Harbour. We will see Poole Harbour in due course because the current trail that I'm walking, and it's going to be a bit of a random route, just exploring different bits. But this particular trail will take me down to Shipstal Point, where there is a beach and a view across Poole Harbour, opposite two of Poole Harbour's main 5 islands. Now it does have a lot more than 5 islands, but there are the 5 main ones, so we will get close to 2 of those. At Shipstal Point. and then I'm kind of following my nose really. There is a lovely church on the route in Arne village, which we will visit on our way around. But it's a kind of moochy day, shall we say, a moochy walk where I shall follow my nose and see where the mood takes me. So I hope you're going to enjoy a little mooch around one of our amazing nature reserves. So you can see what I mean about the paths. Because it's a nature reserve, and obviously accessibility would be high on the agenda. It means that the paths here are pretty good. So we're coming down towards Shipstal Point, not quite there yet, but you can see here two of the islands. We've got, if I can point, Round Island, and over this side Long Island. I suppose the names give it away, I guess. One is long and the other's round. So that's two of the main islands. Round Island is owned by property developer Harry Palmer. I think it's been owned by the Palmer family for many years. There are a number of cottages over there which you can hire actually. I think they're holiday lets. Long Island on the left is uninhabited. But there is a story because it has been accessed for many years by kayakers and boat people who go over there for the day. It's uninhabited, but it was sold a number of years ago. Forgotten how much it went for, but it was a few million, I think. But one of the issues was for the guy who bought it, I think, was that they wanted to clear any right of way that might have been applied to the island, and they won the day. So there is no right of way over there, so the sale could go through. The only thing is that the foreshore apparently is owned by the Crown Estates. So you can actually still access the foreshore as far as I know, albeit you can't trespass onto the inner island. Anyway, that's two of the islands of Poole Harbour. As I say, Round Island is a lovely island here, and they're actually linked, as you can probably see in the middle, but you wouldn't want to walk across it because it's marshland really. So looking across into the distance, you can see Poole Quay. So I think from this point we'll have a little wander around the beach. So this is the beach at Shipstal Point. Tide is well out. Lots of mud flats, so we'd hope we'd get some waders at some point. So you get a better view of the islands from here, really. And of course in the distance over here we have the Purbeck Hills. And there is a house straight ahead of us, in fact. One house, I think, at Shipstal Point. So the house is in here, behind this hedge. You can't normally get round this bit, but the tide is out. So we'll come out here and have a little look. So from this point we can see all 5 of the main islands of Poole Harbour. The biggest is Brownsea Island. Next to that we have Fursey Island, Green Island, Long Island and Round Island. Difficult to pick them out on the back of the camera as the screen's so small and I don't have my glasses with me. So we'll mooch around this a little bit. I don't know how far I can walk or whether this is going to suddenly become very boggy. It is quite squelchy here. That's the house. Oh, there's 2 houses in fact. I can see another one here. Rather a nice place to live, it has to be said. Looking out onto this, albeit not so attractive with all the mud maybe. There's another house in here. And I guess you get your own private little beach. As you can see, there is masses and masses of marshland here. So we won't continue this way because this is not on our route. Just thought I'd have a little mooch across here. I think we'll head back across the mud flats to where we were just now. Right, we are back here again, and partly the reason is I wanted to come back here is because there's a viewpoint, so we'll have a walk up to that, I think. Well, here we are at the viewpoint. See deer up in front. Wow, that was amazing. There was a whole herd of deer crossing the path. Quite difficult to get film of them because there's so many trees and shrubs in the way. I was struggling to actually see through to them. Amazing. I always love to see deer, even though they're one of the more common mammals in this country. Always makes a walk special. You share it with any wildlife, I think. It's such a delight to walk through this area, the whole nature reserve, from the mud flats that we were at just now on the edge of the harbour to the viewpoint in the middle of the heath, surrounded by gorse bushes, to these wonderful woodlands that we're walking now. And lots of boggy areas, of course. There's usually loads of damselflies and so on around here, but I guess it's probably too early in the year. And so far there's been a complete absence of Dartford warblers or white-tailed eagles. So maybe once again the word's got around that the Dorset Rambler's here with his camera. Anyway, this track that I'm currently walking goes to a hide which we will visit. Let's see what we can see from here. Well, there's no obvious wildlife here on the mud flats, but it's probably because the tide's too far out. All the waders are probably right over in the distance near where we were just now. But there are deer here, I can see across the way here. And this is one of the parts that I really like at Arne. It's this birch grove. I just love it, especially in the spring with that lovely fresh spring green foliage. And still the birch trees go on. So I'm back on one of the main tracks now. I've left the birch copse behind and I'm heading towards Arne village. Which is a delightful little settlement right at the end of a dead-end road out on the Arne Peninsula. So no through traffic apart from traffic going to the Arne Nature Reserve, RSPB Reserve. Apart from that, what else is here? There's farming. Farm down here, I think, and I did notice some works traffic, so I'm not sure what works is going on this road because it's all farmland, I thought, or RSPB reserve. So we've reached the little hamlet of Arne. With its lovely church, St. Nicholas at Arne. And this church is 13th century and almost untouched, certainly in terms of being extended or altered. It's been refurbished a bit, so the interior is more up to date, but otherwise it's almost complete 13th century. So shall we go and have a look? This church is the house of God. Enter it with reverence and leave it not without a prayer. Amen to that. So it's an interesting little church, 13th century as I say, although the interior is more recent, but it's one singular room with no separation between the nave and the chancel. Such a lovely little church it is, unspoilt, and it's such a fantastic position on its slight knoll at the end of a dead-end road with just a small cluster of cottages and dwellings around. Just beautiful. Simple but beautiful. And as it says on the door, the house of prayer, and has been since the 13th century. So imagine how many prayers have been said in this church, how many lives have been affected by this church. Always good to remember that. Not just bricks and mortar, not just architecture, but real life stories. So the walk today is actually a kind of figure of 8 walk, really. So we've completed the first part, and we're more or less back at the start. But should you be inspired to try this walk and to follow in my footsteps, you will note that there is a tea rooms here at Arne as well. So at this point, should you wish, you could get a cup of tea. I'm not going to. It actually looks like they're closed because it is about 4:30 now. But we've got the second part to do yet. So I'm having done the Shipstal Point loop. I'm now going to do the Coombe Heath loop. So we're on the second loop and we are heading for Coombe Heath, which is directly in front of me. This is, I think, also regarded as a raptor trail, because obviously raptors will hunt over heathland. I haven't actually seen any so far, which is interesting. I don't know why. A nice little area this is, with a seat to sit on should we wish to, and wait for the wildlife. It's quiet here at the moment though, and we've got more walking to do. There's quite a few deer in here as well. In this kind of marshy old woodland area. Difficult to get pictures of them, unfortunately, because There's so many branches and things in front of them. But it's a lovely little marshy bit of woodlands along here. So at the moment I'm heading for Middlebere Hide, which is down here, before we do a loop round up onto Coombe Heath. So we've reached the Hide. Different view of Round Island. That's the one there. Earlier we were kind of behind here at Shipstal Point. There's Long Island over there. So there's a spoonbill out there. I have to say, I think this is one of the grandest hides I've ever seen. And it's got amazing views. It's huge, wide hide, and you got these seats as well for the gallery, so you can come up and sit at the back and be out of the wind. How cool is that? What a lovely spot for it. Awesome. Anyway, we must get cracking. We have walking to do. So we're up on Coombe Heath. In the late afternoon light. And we're heading for another hide down here as well. See what we can see from there. But I'm still seeing no raptors. Viewing screen. Yeah, it's technically not a hide, this one. Go and have a look. That's not a bad view, is it, eh? Awesome, I think. But I'm still seeing no Dartford warblers today. I've taken Dartford warblers numerous times, even though they're kind of comparatively, well, they certainly were nearly extinct at one time. They've kind of recovered thanks to the heathland of Dorset, but yeah, none today. Maybe I'll put up one of my old photographs here so you can see what the Dartford warbler looks like. Were we able to see one today? And this is where they live, in the gorse. In fact, I remember coming here when I was a teenage. At that time, I think this part of the reserve was members only and kind of guided groups. Shipstal Point was public, but yeah, now the whole lot is public. So this is the stream. Not so much to see, of course, because the tide is coming in a bit. Ah, curlew view. Not hearing any curlews today. Over here in the distance there is a cluster of birds. One of those is a little egret, which looks actually very similar to the spoonbill that we saw earlier, except they have a pointed beak rather than the spoonbill's, well, spoon-shaped beak. And I think that's the spoonbill down there, still there. Such a glorious place to be. This is just breathtaking. This is so beautiful in the afternoon light. And there's Corfe Castle again, over in the distance. We're gradually leaving the water behind, back onto heathland and gorse, and heading back to the start. We've almost completed our second loop now. Well, I'm back here again now. I can hear birds all around me. So we've nearly completed the second loop. Be about 6 miles when I get back to the car, so that's not a bad day's walking in my book. It's been an awesome walk, so I think I'm going to sign the video off here. It's only a short walk back to the car, so I'm going to take a seat for 5 minutes. As you can see, I've got my Dorset Rambler sweatshirt on today. Maybe I should go in for merchandise. What do you think? Should I have a Dorset Rambler shop and sell my designed sweatshirt and t-shirt? I've got a t-shirt as well, the same. Maybe not. Anyway, it's been an awesome day. Not seen any raptors, but that's okay. We've seen lots, and hopefully the video will work out well, and the birds will all come out well on the video. Really difficult to film them, I have to say. I've photographed birds for many years, but it's a different ball game when you're trying to film them. It's not so easy, especially the flying ones. Anybody's ever out there who's tried to film swallows while they're in flight and managed to do it? Well, kudos to you, because I've tried a few and I can't keep up with them. And a couple flew over my head on Coombe Heath, but I didn't get a chance to get the camera up. Anyway, It's been a great day, fantastic weather, wonderful walk, great footpaths, amazing views, just been unbelievably beautiful, just awesome, absolutely awesome. Love Arne, such a great place to come and walk, especially if you come here in time to get a cup of tea as well. Anyway, I'm going to finish the video here. So thanks so much for coming with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've loved it as always. But for now, this is me, the Dorset Rambler, saying until next time.